Welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm really excited. I absolutely love these calls. I think this is about our third one actually. And when we first started these, we wanted to bring on the beautiful Violet because she is a fascia and massage expert therapist, and she joined the business because of the collagen. So we've had lots of fantastic conversations about this, and I thought, why would we keep this to ourselves? We need to share all of this information she has and this knowledge. And when we was talking about that, we just wanted to open it up to everybody because actually collagen is an absolutely huge subject. It covers all sorts of things from the outside to the inside. And we haven't got a better person than Violet who's going to share that with us. She's going to talk all about what collagen is, how it can present itself through the depletion of it as we start to age. And then I'm just going to finish up talking about our collagen supplement, why it's so unique, how it works, and then that will take us up to about 9 o'clock, and then we will be open for any questions. If you have any questions, please ask us and we will answer them the best way we can. If after the presentation, if you need to jump off, that's no problem at all either, or you can just stay till the end. It's completely up to you. So I'm just going to take this over now to Violet, just to introduce herself and to start with the first slide.
Hey everyone, lovely to have you on a call. My name is Violet and I'm chronic pain and fascia specialist. And one of my specialists are scars, scar therapy as well. And fascia is at heart of my business, and everything is based on that to help people resolve their pain and stress as well. And when I started studying scar therapy in more depth, especially when I went for training with some fascia researcher and doctor in Netherlands, we needed to be very geeky and know everything on the cellular level. And that's where I found out that more in depth about how fascia and collagen are very important for our body. So many might not know what is fascia. I like to sometimes say, for those who are meat eaters, it is that a white film around your steak and inside your steak. And that system is presented on this lovely picture you see, and is called connective tissue that connects every part of our body that's basically allows us to move. I like to call this a scaffolding of our body and skeleton system. You can take the bones out and everything, and fascia will still hold us together. So fascia and collagen are two important components of the body, as I mentioned. And they play a very crucial part and role because they, as I mentioned, they are scaffolding and they glue everything together and hold us together. And that connective tissue surrounds absolutely everything in our body, from muscles to bones to joints to tendons. Our nervous system and nerve ends are embedded in that gluey coat of fascia, as well as organs. So that allows us to actually function really well. So how basically fascia and aging are related, you might think. So that connective tissue is a massive part of our aging because obviously it's a collagenous tissue. So 90% of that tissue is made actually from collagen, and it has to stay very well hydrated. So you may think that hydrating with water and having like a glass of water or with you, that would do the role. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, because we start losing collagen around age of 25, especially around 30. And then obviously double loss of collagen in our menopausal stage, where we lose the estrogen for women, especially for women, and that collagen depletes fast, meaning you know, our skin starts to stiffen. You might start hearing the creaks of your joints and everything. The hair starting becoming weaker because we're losing that collagen. So that's why that's starts impacting our pain and function of our joints. And the wrinkles are starting to come because obviously fascia, being collagenous tissue, is starting to dry out, and little fibers that they start to glue together. So when they glue together, they obviously stop working and losing the elasticity. So that's where you can start seeing more wrinkles because the skin becomes thinner and our vision goes. So as I mentioned, yeah, that's fine. As I mentioned, the collagen is a 90% of fascia and our structure. And as you can see, there is 80% of collagen and then 20% as a protein, and which builds our body. So as I mentioned before, I found quite interesting quote when I was doing more research yesterday. It's called like as a scaffolding of the body. And there are two types of collagen. I noticed for myself to share with you. There are most important collagen structures, and type 1 makes up for 90% of our skin, which is, that's what we see first when we look at the mirror. Type 1, which is 90% of our body, and forms skin, tendons, cartilages, the teeth, as well bones and skin, and 80% of the collagen is in the skin. And then the type 2, it helps provide the structure for all the organs and arteries. So if you can imagine, that's all the like our blood system, which is super important, and collagen and fascia are two together. So I embedded this lovely picture here as well to give you kind of instructions to how, and visual presentation of how the connective tissue connects us from the toe to the top of the head and little finger. And fascia plays an important role in transmitting the force. So if that fascia with the age, the collagen starts depleting from that connective tissue, our structure starts getting weaker with the force. So that's where you might start seeing more injuries, or you might see more tendonitis happening because that structure starts to weaken and glue itself and dries out. And when dries out, it glues itself. So it's also the most sensory, has most sensory receptors. So it feels, so it can, due to stress is massive, and cortisol effects on fascia depletion and aging. Also the injuries, because obviously we lose collagen from age of 30 rapidly and around menopause. So the injuries, you might see more menopausal people might find their joints and be weaker, and also the pressure. So we take less the pressure, and the force can be greater for that fascia if we don't supplement with collagen and the components. So they become more inflamed and more damage may happen. So collagen and pain, I kind of mentioned that just on a slide before, that collagen is a key component of many tissues in the body, and including ligaments and joints, and even surrounds our organs and nervous system. And it provides that strength and elasticity to the tissue to prevent tearing and breaking down. So it's more tensile. So it can kind of bounce back of the force, anything force we have. When collagen is damaged, can lead to obviously pain and inflammation. And that's when you see the conditions like osteoarthritis or all the tendonitis kind of problems as well. That's where the collagen can start breaking down around our joints. So the force is, but it cannot take the force. So you might start seeing more wear and tear around the joints and tendons, and more stiffness, which would cause you a pain. And also collagen supplementation can increase greatly and help there to promote healthy well-being and less pain. So fascia and collagen are closely interconnected. As I mentioned, fascia is a collagenous tissue that surrounds our body and provides the support, and is a scaffolding to our muscles and skeleton system, and rich tissues such as tendons, ligament, and cartilages. And fascia is collagenous tissue, and that's the strength. It provides us strength and flexibility. And I think we really don't understand, if you daily handling a lot of tasks, holding kids, we need that strength and flexibility. And when we loosen and the hydration is not there, then everything starts weakening, and the changes start producing pain, dysfunction, and chronic conditions, especially as fascia feels. So it has impact on nervous system, as the nervous system is embedded in that connective tissue called fascia. So fascia is a collagenous tissue, as I mentioned. It impacts everything from your wrinkles to your eye vision. This is massive, because it goes around the eyes and the pupils, and actually what I found that stress and cortisol can actually stiffen and glue that fascia around your eyes. So you may not understand that high level of stress can lead to a weaker vision. So supplementation of collagen can help with that. I am a prime example, since I was supplementing for 3 months. That was towards my 3 months, and I'm on my going into my 5th month. I started noticing that I don't depend as much during the evening on my glasses, which I was wearing for distance. My vision improved. So that was really, really good. And you can actually strengthen your joints. This surrounds the joints. So obviously the support is really much greater around the joints and cartilages and tendons, which means you can get a greater force when something happens, like pain. It decreases your pain because it's not gluing itself. It's really well hydrated if we supplement with collagen, especially around menopause.
Wow,
So,
that is amazing. I've been writing down so many things I want to ask you at the end as well, when we say
okay,
for our Q&A at the end.
perfect.
So thank you, because I think that just gives everybody, because we all hear about collagen all the time. It is actually the most Googled word, which just kind of tells us that the momentum for all of this is building. And actually people are really taking this seriously now. You know, it's like almost like the collagen I always say it helps with an itis, you know, anything with an itis, you know, is like the collagen. And it's not just that, it's for the skin, it's for absolutely everything. We've got so many testimonials, even just with the people that are on here on this call tonight. So for anybody new, what I'm going to do, so my name is Samtar. I've been in the beauty industry forever, over 30 years. I still love it. Nearly 10 years ago, I was introduced to the company this is where the collagen comes from now. And actually, even though I had a beauty background and I love skincare, I love any products, hair and skin, anything that's going to make my life easier, I just want it. So I've also got sports background. And when I was introduced to this company, I could see the scientists behind the company are phenomenal. We have over 75 scientists, in-house scientists, that are constantly researching, developing. They're years ahead already of what they're bringing out. So when I saw actually something that I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about later, which is the biophotonic scanner, which measures your antioxidants on the inside. And what this does, it gives you that information whether your body is absorbing the supplements and the nutrition that you're taking. My head just went, oh my goodness, can you actually? That's just huge. I'd always taken supplements from about the age of 18. I know I feel better on them than off them, but I didn't know, like, how do you know that they're actually working? So for me, that was absolutely huge. So I just want to talk you through why our collagen, because actually there's been collagen products on the market for quite a long time now. And there's quite a lot about those products as well. And we only launched ours in the UK a year ago and originally in the US 18 months ago. The reason for that was that this company, they wanted to make sure the product they brought out actually worked. And that's what they're all about. So they would rather take longer to bring a product out than rush something out that doesn't work. And I'm going to explain to you why this works. So it comes as a sachet. So the first thing I want to say is this product comes with third party double blind placebo clinical trials on the end products. So why that is important is you might hear a lot about, or if you're already taking a collagen product, you can ask, can I have a look at your clinical trials? Because we can show you our clinical trials. What's important about this, and I didn't know this until I learned about it over the last 10 years, is if you imagine ingredients that maybe are in this product, say for instance, it's like when people are putting a product together and there's a clinical trial on different ingredients, they will almost go to a type of supermarket. It's not, but this is how my mind visualizes it. And that product's got this clinical trial, that ingredient's got that, and that ingredient's got that. They'll go, I'll take a bit of that, and put that in. And they'll go, this has got clinical trials. But they're not testing it on the end product, which is absolutely huge. And this is what you want. You need to know the end product has had clinical trials. So that for those clinical trials, which ours have on the end product, by a third party, is huge, especially with the results we get. And that's why we're so confident with the product we've got. So our scientists, remember I said that they took a little bit longer to bring ours out. The reason for that was most collagen peptides are too big. They're too big a molecule. They can't actually be absorbed. And actually, a lot of companies on the market don't have clinical trials, and they will say we've got 7 to 10,000 milligrams in our product, but the molecule's too big, and actually your body's not absorbing it. But they can still sell it because people will still buy it. We want to do something that actually proves and shows results, because we share a lot of results, and we can share those results confidently because we're confident in our product. So if you imagine you've got a collagen peptide and you've got a product that's got 10,000 milligrams of collagen in it, well, it's literally, if the molecule isn't small enough to be absorbed, it's like throwing a bowl of spaghetti against a wall and seeing which bits stick and hoping a bit of it is absorbed to get some kind of results. And that's why most companies only get a 3 to 9% absorption rate. So our scientists identified a unique bioactive peptide. So they took the collagen, chopped it all up, and there's certain little bits of the peptide are bioactive, which means it goes straight into the bloodstream with a 90% absorption rate. That's been obviously clinically trialed. So we're getting 33% after 8 weeks. Actually, we have clinical trials to say you'll start to see improvement around the eyes. And actually, we have an amazing LumiSpa, which I haven't bought actually. I should have grabbed it to show you, but that isn't what tonight's about. But actually, the LumiSpa device with our collagen, and we have other devices working with our collagen, we have almost 79% improvement in the skin. So what is this bioactive peptide? So basically it's a unique fingerprint. We have in here like the unique fingerprint that has the highest stimulatory effect on unlocking our collagen production in our cells, because you can't put collagen in. It's all about stimulating your own collagen to produce lovely, fresh collagen that is going to help all of the things that Violet was talking about, including the skin, you know, where you see your skin being brighter, firmer, less wrinkled. And I always say what you see on the outside is happening on the inside, 100%. We have so many testimonials about that. So imagine having this unique peptide that is like having the key going in, helping to unlock your collagen production, which is absolutely huge. So to protect that collagen, so don't forget, we all have collagen, but that all starts to break down through stressors, free radical damage, dropping in estrogen through menopause, high performance exercise that releases a lot of free radical damage. There's lots of things that break down our collagen on the outside and on the inside. So when we've produced all this amazing collagen, we want to protect that. And that's why we have lutein in there, which is a really high, powerful antioxidant. So what that does, it forms a protection around the amazing new collagen that we're producing. So the free radical damage cannot reduce that collagen down. So it's not just about producing the collagen, it's about protecting the collagen. And now the other thing that we have in our collagen supplement is phytoceramides, where they're adding natural moisture, which is everything that Violet was talking about, is about having collagen and hydration, all the way through the whole aging process. The depletion of hydration internally has the big effect also on breaking down and causing all these stresses and diseases and aches and pains and itises that we get. So this is what's really important. We have all of this in here. So it's not just a collagen peptide, it's a blend. And that's the bit that's really important. There's something else that popped in my head. I can't remember. So I might come back to it in a minute if I remember it. So this is the last little bit, just to show you that this is the biophotonic scanner that I was talking about here. So what this does, it measures your antioxidants here, literally by popping your hand in. Some of you on here may have seen it already because I've been talking and showing this a lot to people. Gives you a benchmark of your antioxidants within the body. Now this collagen is a certified product with a scanner. So if you take the collagen for 3 months on our subscription and your score doesn't go up, which means your body's not absorbing, there may be lots of different reasons for that. Collagen is a massive subject along with antioxidants, but generally most people will increase because we can show that with the increased score that our collagen is going to the skin. And that was it. That was what I was going to say about the ceramides. So you will see if you're comparing what we have to other products on the market, because there's a lot of products on the market, our product has a 2.5 milligrams of collagen, and a lot of others have higher amount. That's because we're unlocking. We don't need more than that. And we can show here just through this. Denise is on the call tonight. Bridget is on the call. This is her husband here. Annette's on the call. And these are other customers, as you can see, are getting the results with the collagen. So it's about brightening, you know, it's just about changing, making the skin look more youthful and reducing down the wrinkles, all due to, like Violet was explaining, about the fascia. So we can show that actually our collagen is working, and I think that's what's really important. So with the scanner, we can show that the collagen is getting to the skin. So the phytoceramides, when we're comparing it to other collagens, a lot of collagens have hyaluronic acid in. But what our scientists found was hyaluronic acid is amazing on the skin on the outside. So you'll see hyaluronic acid in a lot of skincare products. Fantastic. That is what you want. You want that in that. But what they found was hyaluronic acid in the body didn't love the cells as much. It didn't work quite as well as phytoceramides. And they just found that that really hydrated internally. And that's why we have phytoceramides in here rather than hyaluronic acid. And the other thing is, I've not tried any others myself, but I've heard they can be pretty disgusting. A lot of people will say that they don't taste nice. Ours has stevia in here, which is like a natural sweetener, but it gives it a nice, really orangey flavour. So it's literally just like having a little orange drink every day. I mix it in warm water, about that much every day, and I just take it every day. Doesn't matter when you take it. You can take it in food, but me and Violet had a conversation about this actually. Personally, I think if I just want to know I'm taking it in a drink and I'm getting every little drop, it is good to take it with vitamin C, which Violet can expand a little bit more on that. But actually, I just think it's better to take it as a drink because it's just going to have a higher absorption and it's all about getting the most absorption. So I always take mine with my supplements. It's good to take it when you're having food. With vitamin C, really helps with absorption. Vitamin C also helps to protect the cells, but also I take mine with my omega oils, and also they really help with absorption within the body, generally for nutrition as well. So that actually is the end of what we're going to talk about. So I'm just going to stop sharing now. And normally at this point, I would, so I'm just going to close this down. I would normally, I'm just going to get it back on gallery. There we go. We can see everybody now. Normally stop the recording, but every time we've had this call, we've had some absolute nuggets at the end that I haven't recorded. So I'm going to carry on recording just so that we have it for everybody to share. So this is the point where you can open up your microphones, ask us any questions that you would like. If you're kind of seeing what you'd like to see and feel that, you know, you've seen enough and you'd like to pop off, completely understand. There's no obligation to stay at all. Just go back to the person that invited you, ask them loads of questions, and if they will, you know, they can come and they can chat to us as well, so we can answer everybody's questions, because this is a massive subject, absolutely huge subject is collagen. So Violet, I'm going to let Annette ask hers in a minute. I'm going to kick it off by something that you picked up on, and I know I asked this last time, is I picked up on the fact that you said fascia feels. It's all to do, like partly like to do with the nervous system as well. And I know last time I asked you about fibromyalgia, because I hear a lot of people that have fibromyalgia, and if anybody knows anybody with that, you really want to help them. You're like, oh my goodness, can we help this person, because they really suffer a lot. And last time we did touch on it, and I'll let you answer a little bit about that, if that's okay.
So yes, thank you, Sam. Yes, fibromyalgia and autoimmunity in general is my big interest. For those who don't know, I'm just recovering from chronic fatigue syndrome. So you wouldn't actually see that I actually suffered, but yes, this is my second 2.5 years recovery. I've been in fibromyalgia is driven mostly by stress. And I have done a lot of research actually leading to this call, how stress and all the radical things can damage collagen. So obviously fascia is the most sensory organ and system in the body, because it has the most nerve ends and all the nervous system is embedded. So they were showing for years, they were talking, but now they can actually research proved that it feels. So what that means, all the emotions we have, actually fascia can feel and stiffen. So that can actually lead into diseases and chronic pain and all sorts of problems. So what that means, a lot of people don't understand when they come to my clinic. That can also impact the recovery. So when you're frustrated during the day, or you have a lot of stress, and that may involve a lot of anger or sadness even, or and you not know how to regulate your nervous system, then obviously nervous system is overworking. You might be stuck in a survival mode, and for prolonged time, the chronic stress can actually impact and cause the inflammation in the body, which I like to say it lets the body and little flame in the body, and you're starting to burn inside out. So you have like a little burning fire inside you, which is starting to basically have impact on the organs, and organs are quite often responsible for symptoms. So in our Western traditions, we don't look at organs, but in Eastern traditions and Chinese medicines, each organ has their own symptoms, and they're responsible for certain symptoms in our body. So as I mentioned, fascia surrounds all the organs, and 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 yes, and that can basically, if it starts drying out and the stress starts affecting the fascia, then that can lead into basically. So when you have fibromyalgia, the fibromyalgia is mostly driven by the stress.
So from my understanding, sort of to say is that by taking a collagen, you're going to help support all those tissues, and
Yes,
it's going to sort of support the fascia so that it's going to
what
reduce the
often we
impact of those
do.
type of things.
Yeah, so collagen supplementations, it tends to show that all the research is showing that collagen supplementation can hydrate fascia and can increase the production of fascia in
Mm,
our body, because we losing that collagen since age of 25, around 25, 30, and then we also lose it even more as females around our menopausal stage. So then you, by supplementing collagen, you can actually help that production, which would help you to with the make the skin much thicker, more elasticity, which means less pain, because we would get stiffer. The feelings can actually make the fascia stiff, make us more stiff. By supplementing with collagen, that can actually help and hydrate, bring hydration. It's like basically putting water into a plant. If you don't
mm,
put water into a plant and don't water, eventually the plant starts kind of dying. So it's the same very much with our body
brilliant.
and
I'm
fascia.
not going to hog it tonight. Everybody, please come on and ask a question, because I could just talk to this lady all day, to be honest. Go on, Bridget.
Um, Hi, Violet. Thank you again. Honestly, you are so knowledgeable. We're so lucky to have you on this call. But I have a question for you this evening of Jane, actually, who is on the call. Unfortunately, she can't connect with her camera or mic, but Jane is a really good, well, a friend of mine from school many years ago, and she's come on the call tonight. And her question is, Jane currently has Achilles tendonitis, and she has been recommended to take collagen to help repair the tendons. So the question is the collagen supplement, our collagen, is it marine based or is it animal based?
So, well, this is quite interesting because collagen is really found in mostly animals. Yes, you have a fish collagen, but that fish collagen might have not enough to supplement. So you find more collagen in more animal-based products. so bones and marrow and all of that. So even when you have to also find the food which will help you to impair. So it's not, so vitamin C and collagen are go hand in hand. So if someone is supplementing our collagen, they should also be taking vitamin C, because vitamin C also helps with the repair of the tissue. So our collagen might have some probably, it's not fully vegan, isn't it, Sam? I don't think so. It's fully.
No, ours is a bovine, so ours is
Yes,
cow. So you can't get a vegan collagen because it does, you can, I have seen them advertised, by the way, but they don't work because it's about stimulating your collagen, and that cannot be done through a plant. And our scientists, don't forget I said they took longer to bring this out, is because they found that we are closer, it's humans, to a bovine, to a cow, than we are to a fish. Personally, I think shouldn't probably say this, but I think the reason that there's a lot of fish marine products on the market is because people probably feel a bit more comfortable with taking a marine product than maybe. But I just think that's why I say it's a lifestyle choice. If you're choosing to take a collagen and you're choosing to take it for whatever reason, you want to know it's going to work. And that's what we have with this. So it's a lifestyle choice.
Collagen is a big protein, as some,
Mm.
it's really big protein, and it has the absorption has to be really, really good, because what's the point of taking a collagen? And that's a quite expensive product as an add-on to the many supplements if you cannot absorb really well, because you need to really break that down to get into the stream. And it's all about kind of stimulating our own collagen, so by supplementation. So I would say marine, yes, you can take it, but I would be interested what's the ingredients are there, and yeah, how they're going, because I don't think, I'm not saying it's not good, but I was definitely, and I am definitely a great example of my hip opens up in the last 3 months. My eyesight improved massively. I had massive hip problems, especially hip flexor. I could not open, and it was really tight. And I think with the exercises, right diet, and supplementation, really great, really great.
I mean, I'm not going to go on about mine because I think most people have probably heard it, but I had a hip replacement. I had a lot of muscle wastage in my leg. After 6 months after having my hip replacement, my my muscles hadn't come back, and my osteopath said it probably will stay as it is. After starting the collagen within 6 weeks, I was literally back to normal, and she said there's no stress going through your body. I don't need to see you again. And that was a year ago. So for me, that was huge. A couple of people have raised their hands. Please jump in. Anybody that wants to ask a question. I think Marie, let me have a look.
Maria.
Oh yeah, Maria, there you go, up there.
Hi.
Please ask a question.
Like above me, not doing good. Yeah, I was just wondering, really, if you were to start taking it, how soon could you see the effects to reverse damage, or is it more preventative? From what I'm hearing, it's not such a preventative treatment. It's more of a you can reverse the damage.
It is slowly, it is preventative and reversible in both, you could say, because if we losing collagen from age 25, especially, let's say someone, I'm going into the perimenopausal stage.
Yeah.
Because I'm at my late 30s, and your perimenopausal starts around mid 30s. So I'm not that far from 40s. And so I'm definitely entering. So my collagen is starting to deplete, and postmenopausal, you deplete very fast due to loss of estrogen. So you actually can start now, but you're helping to build the new collagen and slow down the loss. So you prevent as well. It's a preventative as
Okay.
in both.
So if I've hit menopause and gone through it, so the other side, is it too late to sort of reverse? And obviously you can't reverse the menopause, I understand that, but the effects that you get from the menopause.
So what it would happen to you is funny because I've been researching for this call quite a lot. It would happen with supplementation. You basically around postmenopausal, your skin becomes thinner because your collagen is really low. So the fascia starts gluing itself. So you might start seeing more pain and less protection. So you're basically muscles weaker. Wastage is happening more in muscles. So what you're doing, you basically start rebuilding the collagen and creating the new production. So you, rather than losing, you stopping the loss and you start basically stimulating the production.
So you can sort of reverse.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You could say the reverse, or you can boost the system to start producing as well.
Right, okay. Yeah.
So you're never
It's never ever too late to start taking a collagen product ever. It's just going to help to ease any conditions. Everybody's got so many. Even Denise, who went through cancer treatment, she found her gums had receded, and her dentist said after taking the collagen, her gums were the best they've been. So everybody just has so many. It's like, this is what I'm saying, it's a massive subject. There's so many benefits you get from it. And we kind of try and cover just as much as we can. I know, Binta, you've put, honestly, my advice is just try it for 3 months. That's always my advice. Try it for 3 to 4 months. Usually after eight weeks, so 2 to 3 months, you're going to start to feel the difference. Binta, you've got a question. Oh, go on, Maria. Carry on.
So it would help with like stiffness, because obviously I've aged.
Because of fascia being drying out. So because of the estrogen, like especially with perimenopausal, you'll start losing bone density. So collagen will start helping, supplementation will start helping you with bone density, which is a massive thing. So preventing osteoporosis, osteopenia, and there are studies, actually research studies done, which are massively help with reversed that and then improve they called CTX, which is the bone mass. It impacts on bone mass. So that's actually starting to deplete the bone density. So with a collagen supplementation, the both studies in 2 cases show that CTX actually has been improved. So it hasn't got the mineralization happened better. So osteoporosis, osteopenia, I will be sending that collagen for my mom who suffers from advanced osteoporosis to see how that will help her as well.
That would be amazing.
On density. That's why probably the niece seen improvement with her teeth, because again, teeth are bone. So the mineralization happens, the supplementation of collagen happens with bone minerals.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Binta, did you have a question for us?
Yeah,
all the way over in New Orleans there. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to be here, and thank you, Violet, for always your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Lovely presence. I had injury many years ago, and my body has never been the same. I'm listening to you talking about the body, like fire in the body. That's literally how I feel. I just don't give it a lot of attention because it's no use giving it energy, but my body literally feels like it's like somebody put pepper in my body, starting from the waist down. So I'm definitely gonna get onto the collagen. I've been hearing a lot about it, and it just sounds very so interesting to me, intriguing for me to start using it, because I wanna start getting better. I also have stiff hips also. I have problem with flexibility. I love to practice yoga, and I always have challenges with my hips, opening my hips. So this is something that is very, very interesting to me. The question I have also, does it help to grow hair also?
Yeah, so collagen actually, yeah, is part of skin, hair, nails, everything. So there are different types of collagen. There is about 5 to 8, like I think 8 types of collagen, but the most type 1 is responsible for the nails, hair, everything. The skin in derma is mostly in the skin, you most type 1, and then type 3, the most famous one, is also around in the muscles and all the skeleton. And yeah.
I have got a bit of a funny testimonial about that, actually. So my brother, he has always been a builder all his life, and he specialises in fireplaces. He's about 55, absolutely knackered knees. So he was an absolute perfect person to try for the collagen, which he started last summer. And his knees have been the best ever. For, like he said, in his words, and he is a man of few words sometimes, best for 7 years. So for me, it was an absolute tick the box. But he did say, I don't know why, but the hairs on my legs have started growing for the first time for years. And I was like, wow, that's a great testimonial. Thank you for that one. But yeah, honestly, it helps with hair, it strengthens, especially women going through the menopause.
Yes.
So, yeah, our hair changes. We just don't feel like us anymore, do we? So
I'm going through the changes myself too. So
yeah,
I understand.
well, you need to get on the
everything,
collagen, Binta.
Yes, yes.
I feel
yes.
so many testimonials coming on with this, honestly. But this
just
is why
yeah.
it's such a massive subject. Everybody has so many different testimonials. You can't pinpoint it. It's just to take it, try it, see how it works for you, share it with as many people, because everybody needs what we've got here, because it's just helps so many people, and that's what makes us happy, is being able to help people. Anybody else got any questions? Oh, Annette, all these hands going up.
I know. Thank you, Sam. Yes, well, actually, I can test about the hair thing, because it's difficult to see because my hair's very grey. But I've got so much regrowth, and I'm well through the menopause now. But I've got so much extra hair, little hair growing, which is fabulous. But my question is about the correlation between cellulite and taking collagen in terms of how their fascia is affected. So it seems sort of logical to me that potentially boosting with collagen is going to help people who've got who suffer from cellulite in terms of the appearance. So I'd like your opinion on that, Violet, please.
Oh, hello, Annette. So lovely to see you. And great question. And finally, I actually seen something recently last week about that, because I knew potentially the question might come up. So what's happened? You have little fat cells sitting underneath fascia. And when we put on weight, those fat cells are growing. What means it stretches fascia. And so the separations of those little nice fibers starting to happen. And then when you potentially might lose weight, and that goes shrinks back. So the elasticity in fascia is starting to lose the elasticity in fascia. So fascia, like obviously collagen is like hydration into fascia and helps to strengthen that tissue. So it would help definitely with cellulite. And also cellulite can be due to your like a lot of compression and sitting and immobility, because a lot of people say, and then lack of hydration, so the skin dries out, and that means fascia is drying out. So all supplementation will help with hydrating the fascia, which means everything you would improve. All the structure, as I mentioned, is as a scaffolding. Now you can use that kind of now word, which is really, I found it useful, is like a scaffolding for our body. That helps us with flexibility.
I would say I've definitely noticed. I haven't been using our famous firming cream on my legs, so I would definitely notice that my legs are looking better than they were before. So yeah, that's probably down to the collagen as well. But yeah, I get that, because it's stretching out that bit that makes it look like the dimple bit, isn't it?
Yes, you is, and also because by stretching and losing, some people might like lose weight and gain weight, lose weight and gain weight. Then you create in that stretch, which that means fascia might lose elasticity. Supplementation will bring out like the basically elasticity back into that tissue, because it will prevent like gluing up and yes.
Brilliant. Thank you. Has anybody got any more questions? While you've got us, please ask any questions. If not, just go back to the person that invited you or pop it in a chat, and then we will help you with any questions. If you know anybody that might be interested to take a look at collagen, I'm sure we all know people that need something that we've talked about this evening. You know, let's not keep it to ourselves. We need to share it with the world, because we want to just help people to have better health for longer. And I think when you get to see why our product is so different, that's when you start to think, actually, you know, it is worth investing, because it is a lifestyle choice, and it's half the price of a cup of coffee a day. That's what it is. And most people buy a cup of coffee a day. It's half the price. It's a lifestyle choice. That's what I always say. So thank you. Have you got a question, Denise?
Yeah, just one quick one for Violet. How much would you recommend vitamin C to take alongside the collagen? Just because I haven't been taking the vitamin C, so I'm wondering if I need to get some, how much you would recommend.
Oh, anyone who had like Binta or Jane, and if you have the injury or anything, like vitamin C, it helps to is an antioxidant. I always tell all my clients, especially with chronic pain, to take vitamin C to rebuild the tissue, because it helps to repair. So it's a normal dosage of recommended dosage. So it's like if you just supplement about, I think it's 1,000. I think
Okay.
of one tablet, and I think
Right.
we're having like, so one capsule. It doesn't have to be massive. It's just, it helps collagen to be better absorbed
Yeah.
in tissue as well, but also helps to rebuild the tissue on its own.
Okay,
We
brilliant.
do do a vitamin C,
And I have
which
got the
launched
Luby
last year.
Spa here, Sam, in case, because you
Oh,
said
yeah.
you didn't have one with you.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yes, so if you want to double the effects on your skin, use it with the Lumi Spa, and it's clinically proven to double the effects on your skin.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Denise. So if anybody wants to, every month we have this call. So if you want to join our next one, please just bring anybody that you think would be interested in hearing more. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to be talking all about the devices as well. So keep an eye out for that one if you're looking for fantastic skincare. But thank you everybody for joining tonight. Please go back to the person that invited you and ask them lots of questions. But we're all here to help, and it's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you, Violet.
Bye.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you both. Bye-bye.